Here's Super Shoppers, the best shopping friend you never had. I'm Andy.
And I'm Anna, and we're here for all your savvy retail therapy needs.
This time on Super Shoppers,
Do the arty foodie photos on ready meal packaging bear any relation to what the meals will actually look like? We cook and look. Breathe in that goodness.
oh my God. All hands to the pump. But are we wasting our money splashing out on liquid soap? What's wrong with a good old-fashioned bar?
So you're worried about your own germs? Not even anybody else's is like, ooh, I've been shaving, ooh.
How one company can charge two prices for the same party frock.
You got the same dress.
Yeah. And when those cute little cottage industry artisan products turn out to be not quite as artisan or as cottage as they seem.
Because it's so nicely packaged, I would probably pay maybe like £4 or £5.
The humble bar of soap is fast disappearing from our lives and is being usurped by the seemingly sophisticated-appearing hand pump dispenser.
But why are we all soap dodgers? Seeking a satisfying sanitary solution, I trundled bits of my bathroom suite out into the streets and, though nearly sunk by my sink, I eventually managed to question random strangers if they were hooked on soap or was it all hands to the pump.
Let's talk soap. You look like a lady that washes.
Yes, I do.
Are you coming as well? Come on. I know that boys do use soap, so liquid soap or a bar of soap, which would you rather use?
Liquid.
Liquid soap.
Probably the liquid soap.
Probably liquid soap.
You're going to go for the bar?
Go for the bar, yes, absolutely.
Bar again.
Have you used one of these things?
I most certainly have.
They
How
are the
dare
work
you?
of the devil.
Really? Why?
And you go, and it goes there. Right.
I've got you.
With one exception, most of these well-scrubbed Glaswegians clearly prefer a squirt of soap to a bar.
Soap manufacturers know this and are cleaning up. Dispenser soaps are way more expensive than bar soaps. For example, this bar of soap costs 37p, but the dispenser is nearly 3 times as much at £1.
And these prices might slip you up. Dove is 65p a bar, but £2.20 for the liquid soap. Simple is 60p a bar, but £2 for liquid.
Our own test revealed that if you use a hand pump dispenser, you're going to get around 200 washes, whereas if you use a bar of soap, you're going to get more like 2,000.
That's loads. Why are we allowing ourselves to be pumped for cash?
I see what you did there.
Yeah, because it's the pump.
God, I really wish I thought of that.
Yeah, I know, always on me.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, always on.
But why are we happy to stump up a premium?
I don't know, it just seems like more hygienic, easier.
It is probably more hygienic.
Just cleaner, and it looks nicer.
Because it's easier in the bar soap, it's all yucky and messy.
Because you're not getting the guy in front of you's wash-ups.
I've probably been shaving my face, there's maybe hairs lying about.
So you're worried about your own germs? Not even anybody else's is like, ooh, I've been shaving, ooh.
The main reason people plumped for the pump was the idea that it was in some way more sanitary.
To clean this up, I spoke to Katie Greenland from the London School of Hygiene. Is liquid soap more hygienic than bar soap?
I'd say no. Both types of soap have the potential to become contaminated, but no more so than any other object that you could touch if your hands are dirty. The health benefit is no greater from using one type of soap or another. The health benefit comes from using soap.
The good old bar of soap's reputation has been dirtied for long enough. But in the battle against germs, there is another contender, the antibacterial hand wash. If you want to get your hands, like, super, super clean, you use an antibacterial wash, right?
You can do, but most of the studies that have been done in the lab show that antibacterial soap can get hands cleaner than regular soap. But actually, when you translate that into a kind of home environment in everyday life, it's a bit different. Because in the lab, you use quite a strict hand-washing protocol. So they might wash their hands much more frequently than we do in the home, or for much longer than we do in the home. And also, some of the products they use have much higher concentrations than commercial soap does.
So it doesn't really make a huge difference, then?
In the home, you may not see that hands are any less contaminated if you use antibacterial soap or plain soap.
So listen up, hygiene hand-wringers. For everyday users, antibacterial liquid soap is just another marketing ploy, playing on our insecurities, emptying our wallets. One study suggested we would have to keep the antibacterial soap on our hands for 9 hours for it to actually work. You'd never leave the loo.
The UK food industry is worth £94 billion a year, but a lot of that is lazy food. Convenience and ready meals that you can just shove in a microwave or oven.
But how many of us have popped our forks into something that looks out of this world on the packaging, but like nothing on earth on the plate? So we're going to play a game called Food That Looks Nothing Like Its Photograph.
Catchy. We're cooking up the top-selling ready meals. Lasagna, spag bowl, chicken tikka masala, ready roast and quick-cook burgers.
Breathe in that goodness.
Oh my God.
Oh!
That's actually right.
We've bought one of each from the major ready meal retailers, Tesco, Sainsbury, M&S and Aldi, to compare their cooked versions with the photographs on the packaging.
Do you reckon that could look similar on the plate? Maybe.
Not in a million years.
You don't think so?
I don't know. What is that? That looks kind of yellow.
That's the turkey.
Photographing food in a studio and making it look mouth-watering is a dark art called food styling.
Our sources wish to remain anonymous, so we don't know which brands use which techniques, but they have told us there are numerous tricks of the trade to make food look irresistible.
Want to give a roast chicken that crispy skinned, just out of the oven sheen? Make a varnish from vegetable oil and Marmite. Food stylists have even been known to augment one type of food with another to get the results they want.
Our source has told us how a thick and creamy yoghurt looked too runny for the photograph, so they mixed in mascarpone cheese. The end result was 95% mascarpone, but this was permitted as 5% was still the original yoghurt being advertised.
Oh dear.
Wow.
Oh dear.
Maybe we should have a wake for this.
Wow.
As we come to the end of our first round of experiments, we're getting mixed results. The curry pretty much looks like...
Yeah, it does, yeah.
Like it does in the picture.
Our Indian dishes seem to do okay. The Italian, well, maybe not so much.
That's not bad. I mean, it's toasted up nicely.
The key is this sort of side view, isn't it?
Yeah,
the profile shot.
Boom.
Oh dear, oh dear.
But the traditional British fare?
I don't even know what to say about that. Did anyone tell you that this is your dinner for tonight?
Please God, no. I'm not buying that looks like that. So, out of this lot, we need to choose one to progress to the final of food that looks nothing like its photograph.
I think that based on the performance that I've got before me, Andy, this one could go through to the final.
I hear you, I hear you.
So are we happy as judges to put that through to the final?
I'm going to say yes. OK, let's do it.
Having now cooked all the versions of our favourite ready meals using both the recommended oven and microwave methods, we can now announce the winner of food that looks nothing like its photograph. It's third place for the Rustler Burger.
What's the opposite of mouth-watering?
In second place, it's the Tesco's roast chicken.
That should win the Turner Prize.
But, and it was a close-run thing, the winner is the microwaved Sainsbury's lasagna that looks least like its photograph.
Congratulations!
If you want your time-saving ready meal to look like it does on the packet photograph, then you may need to spend hours, even days, styling it. Maybe they should just rename them not-so-ready meals? For nearly 75 years, Andrex has been Britain's favourite purveyor of bum wipe. In 1972, the Andrex puppy was born, and these cute canines, combined with tinkly twee music, created a warm, homely glow around their bog roll.
And the point is, the puppies worked. They've helped Andrex become the nation's top seller, and the company boasts that between us, UK households use 8 million miles of Andrex every year.
In fact, the success of Andrex gives the makers Kimberly Clark a problem.
1, 2, 3.
With so many of us cleaning our bums with the soft, strong and long toilet roll, how can they grow their business? Let's ask a marketing man on a toilet.
Companies all the time want to actually increase their sales. So over the years we've seen quilted, we've seen lotion, we've seen embossed, even fragrance toilet paper. But there's a limit to what you can do with toilet paper because basically everyone uses it. What else can you do?
So in a risky act of marketing, Andrex began to hint that, in fact, toilet roll alone was not enough.
But if Puppy Soft Loo Roll doesn't do the job, what's new to get rid of poo?
Aha! You can wipe with a moist toilet tissue, such as the relaunched Andrex washlets.
Ambitiously, they tried to re-educate the great British public about how to wipe their bums with what they called the clean routine.
On their packaging, there at step 3, use Andrex washlets to feel cleaner.
Ka-ching!
You use dry paper, then you use the moist paper, and then you use dry paper again.
Isn't that them just getting us to use like a ton more product?
We've obtained an obscure marketing report called Cleaning Up with a Bum Product, explaining the success of the Moist campaign.
And here's the rub, or the wipe. Cleaning Up with a Bum product admits that the main aim was to change the mindset that dry toilet paper is sufficient and change what you mean by clean.
In other words, Andrex made us feel dirty. Andrex introduced the washlet. Andrex cleaned up.
In 2014, sales of moist toilet tissue actually increased by 14%, and it's now worth £38 million.
Wow. So they're looking for us to get to a point where we think of having washlets or moist toilet paper as normal as having dry toilet paper. That's what their aim is.
Yeah, normalising the product and making it something that you use on an everyday basis.
The marketing report boasts that Andrex washlets are now generating financial returns beyond expectation.
So, you know, I can't help wondering if this whole clean routine jazz is more about the way they do their business than the way we do ours.
Nice. Last year, 76% of adults shopped online, and clothes were the most popular purchase.
Who can resist an impulsive click or two that results in that special little dress dropping onto your doorstep?
I've been on littlewoods.com to buy this foxy little Mylene Klaus design man magnet. Andy's going to be well, Joe.
And I got my lovely Mylene Klaus little leopard dress from berry.com. I don't think it's made from real leopards, but it will blow Anna away.
Wow, same dress.
You're wearing exactly the same
Yeah.
thing. But you look lovely, though.
You look lovely, Andy.
No, you look
you look really
amazing.
lovely, Andy.
Yeah, I do, don't I? Yeah, I look
Yeah.
amazing. And it was a bargain, only £49 from very.com.
Really?
Yeah.
£62 from littlewoods.com.
Really?
Interesting.
She copied me. But I wish I'd copied her, because even though the dresses are identical and even have the same name, hers was £13 cheaper on very.com.
So it's all right.
I don't mind changing.
No, I don't mind changing. That's cool. I'll change.
I don't mind changing. It's not a big deal. Is it?
Oh.
All right.
How much was that?
£100 from very.com.
Mine was 125 from littlewoods.com.
In fact, there are dozens of identical outfits marketed in identical ways with identical pictures for sale on littlewoods.com and
Late for my dress.
It's fine.
That's cool. Really, it's fine.
It's no competition.
And every single time, Very is cheaper.
That's bizarre when you realise that both websites are owned by the same company.
And that company is one of Britain's biggest online retailers, Shop Direct Group.
They sell the same products, which even have the same serial numbers on the two websites. So why do Shop Direct consistently charge Littlewoods customers more?
The brand Littlewoods is a legacy from the pre-internet days.
Over 80 years, they built up a loyal customer base with their cheesy catalogues and dazzling array of star turns.
But last year, after years of decline, Shop Direct stopped printing Littlewoods catalogues forever.
Littlewoods catalogue customers must now venture into the online world.
So why are they consistently being charged a whole lot more? Shop Direct's Littlewoods customers are referred to as mums, whereas Very was set up to appeal to the internet generation. So, Littlewoods customers, it appears Shop Direct calculate that you're a mum and that they can maximise the value of your order.
Whereas their data seems to lead them to believe that Very customers need a better deal. And they're relying on their Littlewoods.com mums and Very.com internet-savvy customers to stick to their own online shops.
Hang on a minute. Littlewoods?
Nope. Very.com. If one big online retailer can happily sell customers identical items at different prices, then the lesson is once again, shop around.
Though at this rate, online shopping will be as exhausting as the real thing.
I'll tell you what, should we stay in?
Yeah.
Come on then, John.
Shop Direct told us, we're proud that Very and Littlewoods offer customers excellent value for money in completely different ways. We're transparent about our pricing, and we encourage people to shop around to see what represents the best value for money for them.
After they fed us horse meat lasagna and starved us of their taxes, these days many of us no longer trust big corporate food companies.
Instinctively, we're drawn to smaller artisan producers whose chummy goods make a virtue of their simplicity. Homespun, environmentally friendly, and all lovingly crafted.
Sure, we might have to pay a bit more for it, but we like to nurture small producers and avoid big food. For example, how could you not love these plucky little tea bags? No fuss cardboard packaging with little windows to peek in. And they're only called tea pigs.
On their website, you find the story of their founders, Nick and Louise. They met whilst working for a really big tea company where they learned all about tea and drank lots of it. And so, Tea Pigs was born.
Sounds so sweet. I bet they live on like an organic farm and raise llamas and stuff.
No. Tea Pigs are 100% owned by Tata. From day one, they were a Tata company. And as their website shows, Tata are a huge multinational conglomerate.
What? So no llamas then?
They make steel, cars, chemicals, and are one of the biggest tea producers in the world. They even make Tetley.
So why is a big corporate company who makes billions interested in the artisan market?
I think for this reason, Andy. Tetley, box of 80, £1.75 versus Tea Pigs, you get a box of 15 for £4.15.
There
now
you go.
I can see Tea Pigs might have a superior taste and the tea bags... tea temples are after all biodegradable. So maybe it is better tea. But at a whopping £22.80 for 80, is it really 13 times better than Tetley?
And Tea Pigs ain't the only brand that looks artisan, but really ain't.
Rachel's Organic Yogurt. Oh, hi, Rachel. Or should I say, Nestle International.
What about Steve's leaves? Come on, look at that funny packet. Steve's a wee artisan dude who cares, surely. And look, they say small is beautiful.
But they couldn't say that about Vitacress, Europe's largest packer of salads, which makes Steve's leaves.
Next, you'll be telling me that this plain paper pack of 360 coffee with its humble packaging doesn't actually reflect the honest and pure life of the simple artisans who made it.
It's made by UCC, which makes the coffee for McDonald's.
There are lots of products that dress as David, but are in fact made by Goliath.
Big companies have twigged that well-meaning shoppers will pay a lot more if they believe they're buying small, trusted, homespun goods.
So how do they do it? Is it just cute language, coarse packaging and charging us more?
The tone that they use often is far more informal and lighter. They're trying to make you feel that you're almost part of the family or a part of their club or gang.
Okay. Something that has that kind of artisanal sheen means that they can sell for a little bit more money. You wouldn't feel as bad parting with £1.50 or £2 for a pack of crisps, whereas normally you'd pay 50p.
So conscientious consumers trust smaller, friendlier companies to take more care.
Big Food knows this and are happy to provide niche kitchen table products, often of better quality, and then bump up the price.
It's an amazing trick, really, because it does work. Even though, you know, I'm in this industry, I will buy a product automatically because I feel like it has a personality and warmth and charm.
So we took an everyday product, repackaged it in a simple way, and hit the streets to see just how much more shoppers were prepared to pay for that small-time shtick.
These are our Maze Yard artisan treat. A lovely little jar of haricot beans stewed in tomato sauce, lovingly wrapped in a rustic piece of string. They're only bloody baked beans. Can I talk to you about beans?
Unfortunately, they're not very good for my system.
What do you want to know about beans?
What I want you to do is just have a look at the packaging of these. What words spring to mind when you look at this jar?
Helping a local out.
It looks like maybe it was homemade. It was made with care and love.
There's something about them that looks a bit nicer. It's simple.
Yes.
It looks home produced.
Okay. How much would you pay?
So what is an average baked beans?
It's probably about 50, 60 pence.
A couple of quid, maybe a bit more.
Maybe a couple of quid.
£2.
Yeah.
I suppose you'd be trying to knock those out about £4, would you?
If I was a multi-millionaire, that was probably worth about... You'd have to pay £4.55, wouldn't you?
For our gifts, £4.99.
£4.99?
Because it's so nicely packaged, I would probably pay maybe like £4 or £5.
Gosh, would you really?
Yeah.
You'd pay £4 or £5 for a jar of beans?
But no matter how cool the beans, artisan dressing won't fool all of the people all of the time.
But they're not. They are Heinz baked beans.
How dare you?
They're not maize.
How
you
dare
made
you?
it up.
How dare you suggest that?
Look me straight in the eye.
Next time, our shocking revelations about designer eyewear prove to be too much for sale.
Don't be upset.
Top of the range Barrow and Ball and people's favourite Dulux fight it out.
On your marks, get set, paint.
And when is a cider not a cider?
So you're telling me that these are basically alcohol?
Plus, clearing out your clutter, the surprising afterlife of your cast-off clothes.
What am I supposed to do with the pants?